Hi, and
Hello.
hi, Dirk. Welcome to the Thriving as a Lifelong Learner interview series. My name is Daniela Elena Costea, and I'm an avid learner. For me, it's not very important if I learn online or offline, if I learn from books, from blog articles, from webinars, from audio or video, as long as I'm learning something. And this is also the reason why I'm always interested in learning from people who are smarter than me and more successful than me. Today, I have such a person with me here. In fact, we are not in the same room, as you will find out when he will introduce himself. Hello, Dirk.
Hi,
And
Daniela.
thank you for accepting my invitation.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
You're so welcome. Could you start by telling us a few things about you?
Sure. My name is Dirk Ludwig. I live in Munich, Germany. I'm originally from Frankfurt, Germany, and for my studies, like 25 years ago, I moved to Bavaria because then I could be closer to the Alps. This is where I found the love of my life. I'm married here now. I have two Bavarian sons, and since 5 weeks we have a puppy dog, which is so cute. I like mountaineering, I like skiing, I like outdoor sports, and I like personal development.
Great. And what do you do for a living at the moment?
Thank you for asking. Basically, all of my business life, after I finished my two studies, I'm a independent financial advisor. I'm a franchise partner of the market leader in Europe, and I'm in a leadership position for that company. I'm in the middle management, leading a team of a dozen independent financial advisors and helping them create financial advantages for our clients. Here in the Munich area, we have about 5,000 households, and I'm doing that for more than 16 years now.
Okay. So you're working online or offline with your clients?
This is offline. This is in the region, and we are evolving. So some of the advice is getting online now, and this helped me to expand what I'm doing. So I'm mainly doing the independent financial advice, but also I'm coaching. I'm helping people getting their goals, reaching their goals with a special technique. I'm a goal mapping instructor, and I'm a professional networker as well.
Yes, and when I said people who are more successful and smarter than me, I was referring also to the fact that you reached a level, you told me when we first met, when you where you work because you like to work, not have to work.
Yes, that's true. And thank you for the flowers. Yeah, I'm in the beautiful position that since about 4 years I'm financially independent, and therefore I don't have to work. I can help people reach their goals, and I will still work long hours, but I don't have to. And you know what? It's even more fun, and maybe I work more than I did before, but I'm not forced to do it.
Yeah, I think many of our viewers will envy you. when they...
and I try helping people to get there, you know. There's the saying, if I can do it, you can do it. And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do the same thing, right? So if I can help people to get there and to reach their goals might be different.
Yes.
And it's my pleasure. And this is how I work with my teammates. And I like working like that. They like working like that. So you can achieve a lot as a team, way more than as an individual.
Yes, by yourself.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay. As this interview series is about lifelong learning, I wanted to ask you, what's your opinion about being a lifelong learner, continuously educating yourself?
I think it's a must, especially nowadays. Our world changes so fast. I don't know the exact numbers, but not too long ago, you had an increase of our knowledge within a couple years, then in about a couple months. And now, especially with the internet, and as we are so connected, the knowledge increases so fast and doubles very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of garbage out there as well, especially on the internet.
Yes.
So the world changes fast, and you can see that in the business world. Although we have access to so much knowledge, we have a lot of diseases and illnesses, and a lot of people are burnt out, right?
Yes.
So how can that be? I think this is because they are not really working on what they love.
Yes.
And to get there, first you have to be aware of what you love. This is a first step of education. And then you have to work your way towards that. And would you agree that if you work long hours, but you do what you love, you don't get exhausted and you won't get burnt out?
No. And it's not important if it's the weekend or early in the morning or late in the evening.
Exactly.
You have the same energy.
True.
Yes.
So you have to find something you love, then you have fun with it, and it's all about education. You know, if you stick with what you learned like 10 years ago or when you did your studies, that's not automatically what you can apply today. So you have to keep evolving to keep up.
Yeah, you are so right, and I agree with you. I remember reading an article about the quantity, let's say, of knowledge now compared to the Middle Ages. They said that a man in the Middle Ages, women were not so educated. A man learned his whole life something similar to the quantity of information that appears today in New York Times, which is a daily newspaper.
Amazing, huh?
Yes. So all the information from one newspaper is everything they knew in the Middle Ages during a lifetime.
And I think what is really important is to filter what you can apply to yourself, what helps you to be more happy, more successful. And therefore you have to be well educated to define what is helping you and what is stopping you, slowing you down. So it's not only the amount of information, it's the quality of information and what you can apply.
Yes, and what you said before, you need to know what makes you happy, what you like, what you're passionate about.
Right.
Then focus on that stuff, because you can never learn everything.
No, definitely not.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer. I know that you combine learning in seminar rooms and from books with experiential learning. And I remember yesterday, I think yesterday, you posted something on Facebook about very interesting and exciting climbing that you took part in, expedition to Kilimanjaro.
Yes, thank you for seeing that video and the photos. It's exactly 1 year ago that I had the privilege and the honor and the pleasure to fulfill one of my dreams of my bucket list. It was always on my bucket list, which was to climb the highest freestanding mountain in the world, which is Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, Tanzania. And I had it on my list for a long time, but I never knew who I wanted to climb it with. And then I was attending one of the seminars of Success Resources, and one of the best speakers there, the best trainers, is Blair Singler. He is teaching on team building. He's an expert on sales and on stage performance. And he shared a personal story, a very personal story, that he experienced on the mountain with his son. And as I'm a family man as well, I love mountains, mountaineering with my sons, rock climbing, and especially skiing. So he hooked my mind, and I said, now I know who I want to climb it with. I couldn't make it that year, but the year after, which was in 2016, I went to Tanzania and we climbed that mountain. And this was one of the best experiences in my life. And the whole class was called Mountain Leadership Experience. And basically the subtitle was like 19 leadership rules you can only learn at 5,900 meters altitude.
And who was part of the team together with you and Blair Singler?
It was a very international team. It was led by K2 Adventures, two really experienced mountain guides from Arizona, USA. The leadership part was facilitated by Blair Singler, and he set up the whole program. And we had international teammates. I brought a couple friends from Germany, but we had participants from the US. I think it was 9 countries, from Japan, the US, Thailand. This was a guy who has seen snow for his first time in his life. From all different kinds of the world, and even from Singapore. So Richard Tan, the founder of Success Resources, was one of our climbing mates as well, just by coincidence.
Oh, yeah, that's a great thing to say, because I know, although Richard Tan is very successful and very rich, I know that he's also a kind person and very helpful. And so I saw him in some videos, and this is my impression anyway. Can you tell us some more about his project called New Tycoon?
Sure, I'm happy to do that. So as you can imagine, you get very close when you get up the mountain there. You grow together as a team, and this was one of my biggest lessons and learnings there. Money definitely helps you reaching your goals, but it's as always, it depends on what you do with what you have, right? So having a lot of money doesn't necessarily help you to be a better person. Maybe you are a jerk, but then you probably have been one before already, and the money amplifies that. So if you are a good person, money helps you to be able to do a lot of good stuff. So before we climbed that mountain, we were working together in an orphanage for blind and albino children, and we've raised quite a bit of money to build a kitchen there. And this gives me...
Also in Tanzania.
In Tanzania, this gives me goosebumps when I'm sharing that, because the children, they were so grateful, and you could see they hardly have anything personal, but they are so full of love and they are helping each other. And having that in mind, we started climbing that big mountain, and it was all about human connection, you know. It's people work together no matter if they have a lot of money or if they don't have a lot of money. And especially the Africans, the guys from Tanzania, the porters, the cooks, they made this experience a huge success.
Yes,
and
I can imagine.
They don't have a lot of money in their background. It comes from their hearts, and they want to serve. So we became close friends with all of them. And I became friend with Richard Tan as well. And so up on the mountain, he shared with me as one of the first ones about one of his new ideas. And he didn't put a name on it. He told me later, when last fall I met him in Munich for a seminar, he put a name on it, and the name was New Tycoon. The idea behind it is to learn and earn at the same time. and to combine online learning and on-site learning, meaning offline learning,
Yes.
as a bundle to bring education to as many people as possible. Through that, I learned that there's way less bank accounts in the world than mobile phones. I never expected that. I just saw that on the mountain, Mount Kilimanjaro, and by the way, in the background, there's a photo of it.
Yes.
This is Camp 2.
So people use mobile phones a lot.
Exactly, even up there on the mountain. So probably some of them never have a bank account, but they use the mobile phone. And there were some highly educated guides with us. They did their studies in biology or agriculture or tourism.
Mm-hmm.
And they are very keen on learning. And that's a huge difference when you enter a school here. I work with Junior Champion International, JCI as well, in my free time. And we work in schools here. And sometimes I get the impression that the pupils, they don't really like going to school. But there in Africa, they have found out that this is their key to get out of the rat race, to get out of the lower
class. I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of poverty.
Exactly. And this is what Richard Tan is working on with this new project. He wants to bring education to as many people as possible. And therefore, he live streams seminars, he does coaching online. And this brings education to a lot of people in a very cheap way. And through that, he wants to help making the world a better place, a more peaceful place. I think the key to peace is knowledge.
Yes, me too. As my boss in New Tycoon, let's say, I want to thank you for everything you're doing for me, and for sharing everything you know, for being so helpful. And anytime I need your guidance or input or feedback, you're ready to give it to me. I didn't have a lot of bosses like you in my life so far. So you are, or what you represent in New Tycoon, because I suppose Richard, I don't know him personally, but I suppose he's similar to you in a way. You are, how should I say, my boss, but also my colleague and my friend. And I don't feel the distance between you somewhere here, high, and me somewhere here, low. So this is maybe in enlightening management or leadership, or I don't know how should I call it. Anyway, it's a very good feeling.
Okay, thank you very much for your compliments, and I'm very happy to hear that. And I don't think in hierarchies, I think that a lot of people or everyone has some gifts to share. And I try helping people to bring out the best they can give.
Yes.
And it's not about hierarchies, it's about teamwork. And I think a team can be most successful if you have different characters, different genders, different religions, all kinds of differences, and bring together all the different experiences, and then share that on a common ground, basically, so that everyone can bring in something, and then you paint the big picture, because every person has some blind spots, and maybe the company New Tycoon you are referring to, I have some more experience than you have, but I'm pretty sure that you have a lot of experience in areas I don't know anything about. So it's not about someone being better or smarter. And Richard Ten puts it very nicely when he says, sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be smart.
Yeah, that's a great thing to think about. So, yeah. Nice. And so you don't believe in bosses who know everything and order people around.
Yeah, maybe the old form of leadership was the boss pointing somewhere and say, you go there, right?
Yeah.
I think.
And you go blindly there without
Mhm,
asking any questions.
And I think nowadays you should hold hands and go together,
Oh, I'm impressed by your definition of a team. I haven't heard it from anyone before said like this. Thank you, Dirk. Where do you see New Tycoon, let's say, in 1 or 2 years from now?
Well, I can see a fast development already. It was invented only a couple months ago, and it's a subsidiary of Success Resources, which is the largest seminar provider in the world. And Richard, together with some co-founders, including his wife, made Success Resources the largest seminar organizer in the world with more than 26 years of experience. And there were more than 10 million attendees already. So I'm convinced that if Richard and Veronica, his wife, they are starting a new business, that it will be a success. And what I really like about it, and this is why I put in a lot of energy, is the mission. Because it's not and not only about earning money, it's so mission driven, meaning that this is a tool how to really make the world a better place. And therefore, a lot of like-minded people are attracted and a lot of very nice people are attracted. You are one of the very best examples.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of energy themselves. So it's more like a big family, a big community. And this will make sure that New Tycoon will be very successful. So therefore, I'm seeing New Tycoon with tens of thousands of members and ambassadors all around the world, united as a huge family. And by the way, one of their projects is several crowdfunding projects as well. Yeah. So giving back, pretty much as I explained what we did in the orphanage. And so we can put it all together, and doing so much good must be successful in the end.
Okay, could you share with our viewers your plans for the New Tycoon preview? Maybe some of them are from Germany and can come to the cities where you will be next weekend and the weekend after.
Yes, thank you for asking. Yeah, we give online presentations as well so that people from all around the world can access the idea of New Tycoon and learn about it. What we are doing for next Saturday, which is July 29th, I think, the Saturday.
Yes.
I will travel with some ambassadors to Stuttgart, and at 5 p.m. we will have a New Tycoon preview there to give people an idea what it is all about, how the system works, what you can learn with New Tycoon, how you can learn online and offline, how you can get tickets at a reasonable price, maybe even at a best price, and also how you can earn money with it and grow into that global family. And the week after, which is August 5th, we will do the same thing in Cologne. So if you know anyone who is from Stuttgart or from Cologne or who likes to travel, I would be more than happy to share that idea with these guests.
Okay, Dirk, do you have a website where people can find you, learn more about you?
Sure. I have one website from my professional background, which is swisslife-select.de/ and then my name, Dirk-Ludwig. And if you want to learn more about New Tycoon and my goal mapping and so on, this is on my Facebook page. You just type in one word, meet Dirk Ludwig, and you will find my Facebook page.
Okay. I will write everything down in the presentation of our video so that people can find out more about you.
Sure, happy to share.
Okay. Thank you. And a last question, Dirk. Where do you see yourself, professionally speaking, and personally, if you care to share, in, let's say, 5 years from now?
Well, I even want to grow more into what I call work-life integration, even giving back more and integrating work, earning money, and helping people and helping friends even more. So I see myself still doing the same thing, giving financial advice, independent financial advice, because this is a very good layer or base for people to build up on. And in addition, help people grow their personalities. And through that, I grow my personality as well. So maybe, I'm not sure, maybe one day I will be co-hosting Climbs Up Kilimanjaro or so. You never know. So I kind of go with the flow, I stick to that direction, and then I'm open for opportunities and see who I meet. Like last year, I had the privilege to have dinner with Robert Kiyosaki and my son as well. He picked 3 out of 800 students, and I was lucky enough to be one of them. So I'm not sure what will happen next. So
anything can happen.
It will be interesting. It will be interesting.
Yes, but you are so much on the positive side, and you're so optimistic. I really like your way of looking at life.
Thank you. You make it easy for me to be optimistic. I love working with you. You're full of energy. You love what you're doing. So I'm just a mirror.
Yes, we usually are. Thank you so much, Dirk, and all my best to you, my best wishes, and all the success that comes naturally to you is earned, in fact.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation. It was a pleasure being interviewed by you, Daniela, and I wish you all the success as well. You really deserve it.
Thank you. Bye, Dirk.
Bye.